Hello YouTubers, welcome back to Jason Clark Rides. And we're just out here today for a nice fall ride. It's a little chilly out today, but I'll take this for mid-October. And I'd like to just say to some of my viewers out there, thank you very much for your support in this channel. And I'd like to thank Steve and Claudia Burns, Jason Hall, Nick Plaskin, and Rachel Clark for their donations to my Gary Sinise fundraiser. And my Gary Sinise fundraiser has raised so far $150. Our goal was to hit $200, and the other goal is to hit 100 subscribers. And when I hit 100 subscribers, I'm going to kick in an extra $10 on the Gary Sinise Foundation fundraiser. I started the fundraiser out with an initial donation of $10 from myself, and I thank everybody for donating. Take a look in the description of this video. You'll see the links for the Gary Sinise Foundation and my Facebook fundraiser for the foundation. They are a charity watch A-rated foundation, and it benefits veterans and first responders. One of the reasons I'm out here making videos is this is a way of me thanking all the veterans out there for their service to their country, and all of our police, firefighters, EMTs. They all have a tough job. You know, they put their life on the line all the time, and they've sacrificed so much for me in this country that this is just a way of me saying thank you. One of my biggest regrets is I didn't serve in the military, and if I had the old proverbial do-over, I would have changed that. That'd be the thing in my life that I would have done differently. I would have went in right out of high school and did my military service. But this is a way of just thanking all of those first responders, EMTs, fire, police, and of course all branches of the military. And don't forget the Coast Guard. Coast Guard does some wonderful things for this country as well. So thank you to all of you out there. Please like and subscribe. It's going to help us reach our goal. And feel free to share this on your Facebook page, or any social media that you want to. If you have a friend or you know a veteran, and pass this along to them, I'd appreciate it. And we're out here today riding my 2009 Aprilia Shiver SL 750, and Gabriella is her name. She's my baby. And we're coming to the little town of DeWitt, just north of my home is in Lansing, and we're just north of where I live. And this is just a little bedroom community, and just a nice little town. Hard to beat this for livability in this little town. Just a little happening downtown area. It's not big, and we're just going to go on a nice back road cruise today, look at some fall color, and see if we can enjoy some scenery around the area. I'm also just trying to warm the oil up in this motorcycle, because when I get home we're going to be doing an oil change. It's time for its fall oil change. Give her some max wrist there. Back to enjoying this beautiful fall day. We're certainly enjoying the ride, even though it's cold out. I should say say relatively cold. 63, I mean, really isn't truly cold if you're standing in no wind. Put yourself in a 60 mile an hour wind and tell me how cold 63 is. We're into this beautiful fall color now. We're probably getting close to being peak here. I'm thinking in the next week we'll hit peak. And our riding season gets a little tougher after you hit that peak and the leaves really start falling. You know, we've only seen a few trees with a few leaves down so far. That fall smell is definitely in the air. Coming into beautiful Bath, Michigan. Bath is just a little small town. We're probably only about 8 or 9 miles from my house. It's just a little small town that's nice. They do bathtub races once a year down the big hill in the middle of town. And this town is actually famous for a huge tragedy. We're actually coming up to it here. I wasn't really going to talk about this today, but we're right here. Let's make a little detour here so I can show this to you guys. And I'm going to pull up here and I'm going to take a little bit of a break. This little park here is dedicated in memory of one of the worst school disasters in Michigan, and it's the Bath school disaster. On May 18, 1927, a dynamite blast rocked the Bath Consolidated School, shattering one wing of the building and resulting in the deaths of 39 children and teachers. Dozens were injured. An inquest concluded that the dynamite had been planted in the basement of the school by Andrew Kehoe, an embittered school board member, resentful of higher taxes imposed for the school's construction and impending foreclosure on his farm. He took revenge on Bath citizens by targeting their children. Soon after the explosion, as parents and rescue workers searched through the rubble for children, Kehoe took his life and the lives of 4 bystanders, including the superintendent, 1 student, and 2 townspeople, by detonating dynamite in his pickup truck as he sat parked in front of the school. So, this is one of the little pieces of local history that most people have now forgotten. And, it happened, 93 years ago. So, destruction of the Bath Consolidated School shared the front page national newspapers, where Charles Lindbergh's transatlantic flight, maniac blows up school, had protested high taxes, screamed headlines on the May 19th, 1927 New York Times. Michigan Governor Fred Greene created the Bath Relief Fund, and people from across the country expressed their sympathies and offered financial support. Michigan U.S. Senator James Couzens gave generously to the fund and donated money to rebuild the school. On August 18, 1928, Bath looked to the future and dedicated the James Couzens Agricultural School to its living youth. A statue entitled Girl with a Cat, sculpted by U of M artist Carlton Double Angel and purchased with pennies donated by the children of Michigan, was also dedicated that day. And I've never actually walked up to it. I've driven past this a lot of times. I knew what it was. It's definitely old wood. And there's a picture of the old school. This is the cupola on top. Bath's first 10th grade school in 1873 had a cupola much like this. The first consolidated school of 12 grades was built here in 1922, being built around the 10th grade building. Cupola adorned the roof of that building and remained intact during the explosion. After the school explosion in 1927, the school was rebuilt on the same site, using undamaged portion of the old building, including the cupola, where it could be seen for miles. The cupola served for many years as a landmark and a symbol of welcome to everybody in the community. In 1975, the James Cousins Agricultural School was torn down and replaced by a new high school east of town. The cupola was saved and placed on the spot by Bath Township Lions Club as a memorial for those who lost their lives in 1927 explosion. So we left a nice park here for everybody coming and remember a horrible event that happened. And it's funny how violent protest isn't a modern thing. Today we think, oh, that's a modern problem. This went back almost 100 years ago. All right, we're ready to rock and roll. All right. So this little town does actually have a kind of an interesting history to it. Just started as a little agricultural town. Of course, with the coolness of fall and it being a cooler day for riding, we're looking to store our motorcycle for the winter. You know, it's I don't want to wait until it's 30 degrees in the garage to do my winterization. I want to do it when the weather's still beautiful. And so we're starting to look at doing that. First step to doing that is getting that alcohol-free fuel into the motorcycle and getting that circulating through its fuel injection system. And I might even ride enough still this bike this fall that I might need to top it off with some more alcohol-free fuel. But I know when I store it that at least the alcohol percentage will be down less than 2% for sure. But this is where we start with our winterization process, is the alcohol-free fuel. I'm arthritic. Been arthritic for 15 years or better, and it seems to not be progressing a whole lot, but I don't want it to get worse, so I know not to get cold. That is my number one enemy of stiffness, is cold.
Cold is my kryptonite. Otherwise I got superpowers. Jason Clark rides with his crazy superpowers of Motorcycle Man. Whee!
But fall definitely has to be one of my favorite seasons. For here in Michigan, we tend to be pretty dry in the fall, early fall especially, and so you do get quite a few early fall days that you get good riding on. But we run out of them. We run out of them quick. Usually you don't get very many good riding days in November, so by Halloween you're pretty much done, you know, in Michigan. Matter of fact, all the bike events, they're all having like their farewell parties for the season, stuff like that, you know, last events of the summer riding season. Thank you so much for going for a ride with me today, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and click the bell to receive notifications of new videos, and get out there and ride today. It's a great day for it.